The sun, a searing orb above the vast African savanna, casts long shadows across the endless plains. An ancient tribe of early humans, Australopithecus, moves through the tall grasses, their hands reaching for the ripe fruits hanging from the trees. The air is thick with the hum of insects, and the distant calls of large predators echo through the trees. This tribe, unlike others that hunt game, depends entirely on the seasonal fruits that nature provides. They are skilled at identifying what is edible and when to pick it, following the cycles of the land. It is a dangerous existence. What one season offers the next may not, and if they fail to find the right fruits, they could starve.
It's been a long day.
The leader of the tribe, a tall and sturdy female, gestures to a group of hunters, motioning them to approach a cluster of trees laden with large red fruits. The humans pause for a moment, their eyes scanning the horizon for predators, but they know the trees are rich with nutrients enough to sustain them for the time being. Their hands expertly pluck the fruits from the branches, their fingers stained with juice. They exchange brief glances, silently communicating their satisfaction and the understanding that they must now hurry, for other dangers lurk just beyond the trees. But a rumble shakes the ground. A distant roar splits the air, and a large predator, an enormous smilodon, emerges from the brush, its eyes locked onto the humans. The tribe freezes the vibrant colors of the fruit, contrasting against the dimming shadows of the forest. The hunter tribesman nearest to the leader tightens his grip on his stone axe. He moves slowly, cautiously, his focus unyielding. The leader takes a deep breath, her posture becoming tense as she looks at her people, silently commanding them to stay still. They must not run. If they do, they risk scattering, making themselves vulnerable. Suddenly, the predator charges the ground, trembling beneath its powerful legs. The tribe's response is instantaneous. Some retreat into the trees, while others form a tight circle protecting the vulnerable members, the children and the elderly. A battle for survival ensues, a clash of speed instinct and sheer force. The tribe's primal instincts take over as they fight back with the tools at their disposal, sharp stones and sticks striking at the smilodon with everything they have. The hunt becomes a blur of movement, the clash of bodies and the primal roars of both man and beast filling the air. The leader, her heart pounding in her chest, eyes the predator, with determination positioning herself between it and the children. She knows that only through coordinated effort can they overcome this threat. The tribe works together, using their knowledge of the land and their environment to their advantage, drawing the predator into a trap. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, the smilodon collapses, defeated, its body left behind, as the tribe gathers together, breathless and exhausted, their victory hard-earned. The tribe, battered but victorious, moves quickly to a nearby cave for shelter. The weight of the day's struggle still heavy on their shoulders. They need food, fruit, yes, but more importantly, they need safety, warmth, and the protection of the cave. As they enter the darkened space, they begin to prepare for the evening gathering, what fruits they can find nearby. Their tired hands still capable of identifying the ripest and most nutritious. The tribe huddles close, seeking warmth from one another as the wind outside howls and the storm begins to roll in. The storm outside intensifies its winds, howling through the trees as the first heavy raindrops begin to fall. The tribe gathered in the shelter of the cave remains calm but alert. The leader gestures toward a few of the younger members who immediately set about preparing the fruit they've collected. Their movements are quick and deliberate, knowing that not all fruits can be eaten immediately. Some must be dried or stored for later. The scent of fruit fills the air, mingling with the earthy smell of the cave. The rhythmic sound of the rain against the cave's entrance is the only noise breaking the stillness. As the fire flickers in the center of the cave, casting dancing shadows against the walls, one of the elders, an older male, rises. His movements are slow but deliberate, his face wrinkled with age and wisdom. He retrieves a bundle of herbs from a corner of the cave, a mix of bitter and aromatic plants used for medicinal purposes. He begins to prepare a small potion, crushing the herbs with a stone pestle, preparing it for the tribe's use. Some members of the group have minor injuries from the encounter with the predator, and the elder's skill with plants will help ease their pain. Outside, the storm rages on, but the tribe is safe, protected by the knowledge of the land, the resources it offers, and the strength they have in one another. As the rain begins to fall heavier, the cave's entrance becomes nearly invisible through the sheets of water. Yet, despite the harsh elements, the tribe remains steadfast. They know the seasons will change, and the fruits they depend on will not always be there. What they gather today may be scarce tomorrow. The hunt for survival is constant, but it is a rhythm they know well. The night falls into a deep silence, save for the crackle of the fire. The tribe members share what little they have, fruit, a meager meal, but a meal nonetheless. There is no talking, only the passing of food, the acknowledgement of each other's presence. They sit together, connected by their shared struggle, and as the storm outside continues to lash the land, they find solace in the simple act of surviving together. But as the dawn approaches, a new challenge looms. The tribe must leave the safety of the cave in search of fresh fruit, as their stores are running low. The young leader watches the horizon, her eyes scanning the landscape for signs of the next season's bounty. The winds have shifted, and the air feels different now. The fruit-bearing trees that sustained them through the last season may not be so abundant now. The land will give them a new challenge, a new cycle, and the tribe must rise to meet it. And so, with the storm's end, the tribe readies itself for the next chapter of their struggle. Together, they step out of the cave, their faces set with determination. The land will provide, or it won't. But either way, the tribe will continue as they always have, with the same primal urge to survive, to thrive, and to carry on the ancient dance of life. The first rays of sunlight pierce through the lingering clouds, casting a pale glow on the wet ground. The tribe emerges from the cave, their bodies stiff but resolute, after a long night. The young leader, her eyes sharp and unwavering, surveys the horizon. There is no time for rest. The tribe must find their next source of sustenance. The shifting seasons are unpredictable, and with each passing day the fruits of the land grow scarcer. They begin their journey across the savanna, the grasses still wet from the storm, their footprints leaving temporary marks on the earth. The leader guides them toward the riverbanks, a place where fruit trees often thrive. Along the way, the tribe members quietly gather whatever they can: berries from low shrubs, leaves for nourishment, and water from the nearby streams. The sense of urgency is palpable. They know how quickly they can go from abundance to scarcity. As they approach the river, the sound of water rushing over rocks fills the air. The tribe halts at the water's edge, scanning the area for any sign of fruit-bearing trees. A collective sigh of relief escapes the group as they spot a cluster of tall trees, their branches heavy with green and purple fruits. The tribe moves quickly, plucking the fruit from the trees, but they know better than to take too much at once. They must leave some behind for the next season or others who may come after them. Sustainability is as important as survival. But just as they begin to settle into the rhythm of gathering, a rustling noise echoes from the thick brush nearby. The tribe halts, their hearts racing. A low growl rises from the underbrush. The threat of a predator is never far in this land. The young leader gestures urgently to her people to form a defensive circle, weapons raised, eyes alert. The animals of the savannah will not rest. Survival remains a constant fight against nature, against the elements, and against those who would take what they have. The tribe stands together, ready to face whatever comes next. The fruits of the earth, the bond between them and their unwavering will to survive, carry them forward into the unknown. And so, their journey continues, an endless cycle of life, survival, and rebirth, etched into the very fabric of the land.